تتقدم بروميديا العالمية بجزيل الشكر ووافر الامتنان لحضوركم ومشاركتكم في هذا المنتدى، منتدى الكويت للجودة، والذي يتناول موضوع من أهم المواضيع التي تهتم بها كافة الهيئات والمؤسسات في المجتمع الاقتصادي الحديث. حضورنا الكرام، للحصول على شهادات الجودة تبذل الكثير من الجهود الجبارة من كافة العاملين في المؤسسات سواء الحكومية أو القطاع الخاص منها، وهناك اهتمام بالغ من الشركات العالمية والأهلية أيضا على اقتناء ما يميز عملها وتتفاخر به، وهي شهادات الجودة على مختلف أشكالها. ضيوفنا الأعزاء، أن الكويت مقبلة على خطة تنموية كبرى لتحويلها إلى مركز مالي تجاري، ولا بد أن تدخل الجودة ضمن أهم أولويات المؤسسات الحكومية والقطاع الخاص. لذلك ارتأت بروميديا العالمية إقامة هذا الحدث لما له من أهمية كبرى، حيث تتناول الأوساط الاجتماعية والاقتصادية وبعض الأفراد شرط الحصول على السلعة أو الخدمة لعلامة الجودة. لذلك دعت بروميديا العالمية الخبراء في هذا المجال من مختلف دول العالم، وذلك للاستفادة من آخر ما توصلت إليه الجهود المبذولة بهذا المجال. حضورنا الكرام، والآن فليتفضل الدكتور رافي سميرجان من الهيئة اللبنانية للجودة ومؤسس هيئة الشرق الأوسط للجودة لإلقاء كلمة الافتتاح مشكورا.
Mr. Hadeb, thank you for organizing this major event. I consider it a major step towards implementing quality in our regions. Second, I'm very glad that I'm participating to this summit in Kuwait specifically, because in Kuwait I have been having interventions since the year 2002 with major companies and universities. A couple of words before beginning this presentation of the new concept called management mix. I participated modestly in the foundation of the Lebanese Society for Quality in 2003. Now, as a president founding member indeed, now I'm a board member of that society, quite active in Lebanon. I also had the pleasure and the honor of participating in the foundation as an executive board member of what is called the Mecca, or the Middle East Quality Association, that included practically 10 Arab countries in 2006 in Dubai. And I have been in quality matters issues, implementing it in companies, organizations, as an academic person, teaching quality in several universities in France, in Lebanon, also in Kuwait. So based on this modest experience, we have chosen to develop our own model in quality management, in total quality management. We called the model management mix, or the 954 model. Why management mix? The word mix is the component of management. That's why we called it. By the way, the word management mix, the brand name management mix, is copyrighted in France at the INPI, Institut National pour la Propriété Intellectuelle. I'm going to begin the presentation of this guide. In Arabic, the term is great, al-marja. So it's one of the best guides that we consider today, as it's a comprehensive one. The model 954 will be presented now. We're going to see why, also why 9, 5, and 4. A fast presentation, the management mix is a tool for increasing the efficiency and the performance of organization. It is based on the identification of the stakeholders of the company and their organizations. The guide covers the 9 components of an organization. This is our added value. We consider that every organization should be managed through 9 subsystems. We're going to see the 9 subsystems. And indeed, while implementing the guide management mix, we should take into consideration the 5 forces, the micro-environmental forces, the 5 of them. This is nothing new that we are adding the 5. What we added is the 9. The 5 is based on the model of Porter. And the 4 macro-environmental forces. Again, it's nothing new, the 4 forces macro-environmental, as it's the PEST model. So our added value is mainly the 9, is internal to the organization. This is the guide. I could continue my speech, I can continue my speech with only this slide, okay? We tried to make it as short, as simple possible. It's a snapshot that you can see. You can find it in our website, this document. So in dark blue in the middle, you can see that there are 9 circles. So those are, we consider them the 9 subsystems of the organizations. Before implementing a quality management or a total quality management model, in the left, you can see that there are the stakeholders of the organization in a separate color, indeed. In red, you can see the owners, then the talents, then the customers, then the partners, and at the end, the society or the community, al-mujtama. So, we take every organization and we identify the stakeholders, namely, who are the stakeholders of an organization. If it's a municipality, we take the stakeholders of this municipality. If it's an oil producing company, oil distributing company, so we take what are the main stakeholders. And based on the Kano model, we begin by identifying their needs, the expressed, the implied, and the latent needs. And based on those requirements, we begin by building the total quality management model for all the organizations. I'm keen for using the word organization and not only company, because this model can be implemented to any organization, such as, I told you, I gave you the example, a municipality or a ministry or any kind of organization. So what are the 9? And if you can see on the extreme right, you can see the same stakeholders. So the objective of the TQM indeed is to reach the satisfaction of the 5 stakeholders. By the way, they can be 6 or 7, but we group them into 5 stakeholders, 5 categories of stakeholders. Ashab al-Shan. So let's begin by the 9 subsystems. Just let me tell you something, that management mix is a philosophy, it's a rational, it's a way of thinking. As TQM, it's a way of thinking. But also it's a lifestyle in organizations. It's a culture in organizations. And indeed, it's a methodology. How can we implement total quality management? It's very practical methodology. During this years of modest experience, I had the opportunity of working on the European Business Excellence Model, the EFQM. And indeed, I studied personally the Malcolm Baldrige Quality Award, the American Quality Management